Today, I want to talk about something that I had an encounter with this girl that had like philosophy about life.
Okay.
जिसको सुन के मेरा लिटरली जो है थोड़ा सा माइंडसेट जो है ना बहुत डीप थॉट में चला गया.
Hmm.
शी वाज अबाउट के लाइफ के अंदर
Hmm.
नथिंग मैटर्स, नथिंग हैज मीनिंग, नथिंग इज. आप अच्छा करते हो बुरा करते हो फर्क नहीं पड़ता. और वो लिटरली अपनी लाइफ जो है ऐसे गुजार रही है कि छोटे छोटे डोपामीन हिट है, बट उसको बड़ी खुशी किसी भी चीज में नहीं मिल रही जो हमारे लिए बड़ी होती है, जैसे कि अच्छा कमाना, अच्छा लाइफस्टाइल मेंटेन करना या हैविंग मटेरियलिस्टिक थिंग्स.
Hmm.
उसके लिए ना वो खुशी है, ना अच्छी फैमिली खुशी है.
Hmm.
कमिंग फ्रॉम अ पाकिस्तानी बैकग्राउंड, बीइंग इस्लाम मुस्लिम एंड इस्लाम ऑल ऑफ दैट,
Hmm.
एंड शी इज कमिंग फ्रॉम यूरोप, फ्रांस.
Hmm.
उसका थॉट प्रोसेस ये था कि लाइफ में आप कुछ करो, अच्छा करो बुरा करो, बेहतर करो गंदा करो,
Hmm.
इट डजंट रियली मीन एनीथिंग.
Hmm.
एंड काफी उसके साथ कॉन्वर्सेशन में पता चला कि शी इज आल्सो सुसाइडल. एंड आई एम गेसिंग व्हिच अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल गो इन दैट पार्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल फील दैट कि लाइफ का कोई मकसद नहीं है, इवन दो दे आर लिविंग अ वेरी गुड लाइफ, प्रिविलेज्ड लाइफ इवन हम कह सकते हैं. But they're still not happy. They're still, their life is not fulfilled. Their life doesn't have meaning. And I wanted to talk about this psychology कि ये क्या है, इसको आप किस तरह कर सकते हो कि किसी चीज, does it have a definition or a word for it?
Before I go ahead and talk about this particular person, I would like to know that if this person has shared all of this with you, did they share the reason why they believe in nothing matters?
I think a lot of past trauma.
No, I mean you said they have this particular psychology or philosophy. So do they subscribe to a specific theory?
Yeah, she was talking about absurdity a lot, and she was talking about some.
Absurdism, as
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
acha.
yeah. And she was talking a lot about कि
Hmm.
in her views, in her findings, like trauma ho, अच्छी upbringing ho, doesn't make really that much of a difference. It doesn't make any sense to her. मत उसको उसके meaning नहीं मिल पा रहे life के. What do you think about
I
that?
mean, this does not exactly make sense, you know. I mean, if someone subscribes to absurdism and they believe matlab, nothing makes sense and all, absurdity is it's way different than that. It's like, I mean, what you're describing is nihilism from that person's perspective, but if they are talking about many absurdism pada hai and I'm thinking yaar, this does not make sense. Life has no inherent meaning. The definition of nihilism is has no inherent meaning. See, it has nothing to do with absurdism. Absurdism is a very different sort of beast, and I would say the one I subscribe to. So absurdism is all about it discusses a moral suicide and a physical suicide because they basically say if nothing makes sense, this begins this way. Like if nothing makes sense, so why not commit suicide?
It can go in that
I
direction for
mean, you
sure, and
say
she
na,
is also
yeah,
thinking about like it was quite dark for me as well, but discussing suicide with someone,
yeah, sure.
uh, it got heavy on me, to be honest. बिकॉज हम पाकिस्तान के अंदर इस तरीके से कभी नहीं सोचते. सुसाइड कम्स, हम जो हमारी गैदरिंग्स या हमारी जो वर्ल्ड है उसके अंदर आता है, आप बहुत ज्यादा हर्ट हुए हो, आप बहुत ज्यादा आपके साथ किसी ने बुरा किया हो या आपने बहुत ज्यादा ट्रस्ट किया हो किसी पे, and वो जैसे ब्रेकअप होता है या फैमिली से ट्रामास आते हैं. बट ये कॉन्सेप्ट कि मेरी लाइफ में अचीवमेंट हो ना हो फर्क नहीं पड़ता, इट हैज नो मीनिंग. इट हैज अ टाइमली डोपामीन इफेक्ट, बट उसके कोई कॉन्क्रीट प्रूफ नहीं है कि ये मैं क्यों कर रही हूँ या मैं ये क्यों कर रहा हूँ, इससे मैं और क्या करूंगा. मैं किसी चीज की डेस्टिनी, लाइक शी डजंट बिलीव लाइक कि कोई डेस्टिनी है भी, या इट्स जस्ट अ लाइफ दैट शी इज लिविंग. एक टाइम है जितना उसने गुजारना है, एंड उसके कोई मीनिंग नहीं है. अब उसको हम जैसे अगेन कमिंग बैक टू दिस के हम उसको रिलीजियस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से ले जाते हैं, बट फॉर दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन आई वांट टू कीप रिलीजन आउट ऑफ इट, एंड आई जस्ट वांट टू टॉक अबाउट द background of this thinking, this mindset.
If we're going to keep it away from theology and keep it purely philosophical, then I think we owe the public a disclaimer.
Yeah,
You and I are not.
This is just between us boys. This
you,
is just our
you and I
thoughts.
are not exactly philosophers.
But we are two people. We think, we
yeah,
live.
we are sure.
We have our
we have read a
opinions.
couple of books, sure. So, I mean, coming back to the point, ke if you're subscribing to the theory of absurdity, absurdity is ke trials and tribulations, and you have to live among them, but raise a rebel flag. Sisyphus, you must imagine Sisyphus happy. Living in the mundane.
A lot of people don't know Sisyphus.
Again,
What's the story
theory of
behind
absurdity. Sisyphus की story यही है ना कि like he was. I mean, I'm not going to go into the whole detail.
Just the
whole
layman's
14 yards,
perspective
but
of
the
it.
thing was that he did something against gods, and the Greek gods ended up punishing him.
Yeah,
He
this is
pushes a
Greek
boulder.
mythology.
Yeah, he pushes a boulder above the hill every day,
Yeah.
and by the end of the day, that boulder comes down, and he's going to do it again. Which in modern like up dead end jobs kya lo.
Rat race.
Yeah, dead end jobs. Basically, people are stuck in a loop, and they think life has no meaning because we're stuck in dead end jobs. Similar to Sisyphus, he's doing one thing, he's coming back down, he's going up and down. Okay, there is no inherent meaning
On
to
top
it.
of it, Sisyphus को तो punishment मिली थी.
Yeah, it was a punishment.
कि कर एक baseless task जिसका कोई outcome नहीं है.
Yes.
But as I see it, when Sisyphus committed कि rock ऊपर रुकेगा ही नहीं कभी, इसने आना ही नहीं चाहिए. I think he became greater than the punishment. He accepted this concept कि rock ने तो कभी रुकना नहीं है, but I'm gonna keep pushing it. I'm gonna keep doing it regardless what happens at the end.
I don't think so. Because the statement is one must imagine Sisyphus happy. It's not that Sisyphus is happy.
Exactly. You have to have this notion कि खुश होगा वो. उसके बाद ही it makes sense.
Because again, one must imagine Sisyphus happy because there is no way that anyone on God's green earth is happy in their dead end job. Like they are doing the same shit over and over and over again, and you would consider them yes, like this is what I was born for. No one thinks that way.
What are you born for? Like
That's
this,
the thing.
ये जो concept है, I am born for example, music, arts, conquering world or traveling the world. How do you define this? And इसके अंदर भी how do you feel fulfilled after this? Because हमें पता है dopamine गिरता है, you come back to the realization हो गया, and after every achievement आपको एक feel आती है कि यार ये तब ही नहीं था.
Yeah, I mean the ecstasy fades away. No?
Exactly.
You eventually realize that what you have achieved is something that you have achieved it, and now you want more. Okay. This chase of dopamine itself, whether it's in arts, whether it's in like the classic Michelangelo effect. He makes perfect sculptures and then he crashes them because he says, okay, why the fuck they don't speak?
So that
because he wants to
every time we achieve something, we need more.
He wants to attain the level of gods at this point.
Yeah.
So the problem is, coming to your point, कि अगर हम कुछ कर रहे हैं, and how will we determine what we were born for?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. If you are keeping theology apart, we are not talking about Islam or whatever. If we're talking about purely,
let's just keep religion away from
this. If
we're
talking about pure philosophy, so now comes either you can be an existentialist, okay, or either you can say that you will find and create your own meaning in life. Okay. I mean, for instance, Stoicism. I mean, it's a controversial opinion. I don't like it, but the thing is,
Stoicism fixes this even, or is it just an escape?
The definition of fulfillment itself is very subjective. You may find one thing, and I mean, if you're diagnosed with ADHD, आपको कभी जिंदगी में fulfillment उस तरह से नहीं मिलेगी. You do one thing, you get good at it, it gets boring for you. You do another thing.
But that's a different feeling. Getting bored out of it is different. But
fulfillment मिलेगी कहाँ? Where will you find fulfillment if you are getting bored of, like, once you reach the pinnacle of something, and then you change fields, and then you change fields, and then you change fields. ठीक है? If someone is like, I'm gonna do CA, and they are extremely good at it, ठीक है, and now they were like मुझे पता है मैंने ये करना है, now they get good at it, now they're fulfilled. But there's no guarantee कि fulfillment means fulfillment could mean
I think
very
that's
different thing for
that's
you
the only
and
thing
for
I
it
can
has a different
relate
definition for
with
everyone.
her कि मुझे ये फीलिंग आती है कि once I get good at something वो इतनी वैल्यूएबल नहीं रहती मेरे
That's
लिए.
ADHD.
Like
That's not
like
philosophy.
painting,
That's ADHD.
like painting. एक दफा मुझे पता है मैं अच्छी सबसे अमेजिंग पेंटिंग बना लूंगा, then I'm like पेंटिंग ही तो है.
Yeah.
बट उसका लाइफ स्टाइल को ही ऐसा कर लेना कि यार कुछ भी मैं फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे अच्छे एक्सपीरियंस का भी कोई मतलब नहीं है, मेरे बुरे एक्सपीरियंस का भी कोई मतलब नहीं है. मैं बस हूं, मैं जी रही हूं या जी रहा हूं. That's it.
That's nihilism at its pure negative form.
And people
That has
do,
nothing
I
to do
think
with
people do
absurdity at all.
confuse nihilism with absurdity.
Absurdity is okay. Let's just create a divider between them. Absurdity is that life is gonna throw hurdles at you.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of trials and tribulations, but you have to live among them and raise a rebel flag. Hence, one must imagine Sisyphus happy. Okay? You have to live among them and you have to create sculpt a meaning out of it.
Yeah.
Or this is at least what my understanding of. I'm not gonna say this is the absolute understanding.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
gonna say
purely our
this is
opinion
my
about
understanding
this. Yeah.
of absurdism. Nihilism, on the other hand, is literally life has no inherent meaning at all. अब उसकी form जरूर है. There is existential nihilism, there is moral nihilism, there are like 3 more types which are way complicated for me, but like there are types to it. But the point is कि उसमें भी हर एक का जो है ना, for instance, if there is life has no inherent meaning, I can create my own morals.
Yeah, you have good opportunity.
Yeah,
to do
then there
whatever
is
you
this
want
other
to do.
one which says कि there is no good or bad. These are society based constructs. Society has made them. So I can make my own values and create के
हाँ, अगर
can be good.
ये भी that's a good point. अगर nothing means nothing, then good or evil or
Yeah.
bad stuff, good stuff, वो कहाँ जाता है? आपके morals कहाँ पे stand करते हैं फिर?
Again,
How do you define like ये मैं कर रहा हूँ तो ये अच्छा है, ये मैं कर रहा हूँ बुरा है? अगर आप societal norm से ही बाहर आ जाते हो, and I think prehistoric ये past से भी societal norms are very much into culture, and then culture is driven from religion at any place. उसको आप बुद्धिज्म को ले लें, आप क्रिश्चियनिटी को ले लें, आप इस्लाम को ले लें. Every religion set a rules how to live life. Basically, that's my understanding. And अगर आप उसी को क्वेश्चन कर दो कि मतलब ही क्या है जिंदगी का, जो भी मैं करूं, तो मोरल्स भी तो गलत हो जाते हैं. कि मैं किसी का कत्ल कर दूं, फॉर एग्जांपल किसी का कत्ल कर दूं, ये भी गलत नहीं है.
और kill yourself.
या मैं किसी को पूरा महान भी कर दूं, या मैं किसी के लिए बहुत अच्छा भी कर दूं, doesn't mean anything. तो मोरल्स कहाँ स्टैंड करते हैं इसके ऊपर अगर मतलब ही खत्म हो जाता है?
Again, morality is something. Morals and morality are two different things.
I'm talking about morals.
ठीक है. Morality is what society says that this is morality. You're not supposed to do this. Morals is something that you know when you are born with. There is this innate thing when you are born as a child and you are raised. ठीक है. You see in the society आप कोई बुरा काम कर रहे हो, you are getting punished for it. And you build a setup in your mind कि यार this is bad. ठीक है.
आप बुरा काम कर रहे हो,
हाँ.
पनिशमेंट मिल रही है, बट वो पनिशमेंट आपके लिए क्या मतलब रखते हैं? Some people get cured out of punishment, some people get fucking evil out of punishment. तो impact of punishment भी तो डिफरेंट है.
Of course.
इसी तरह हर बंदे की साइकोलॉजी भी डिफरेंट होती है. तो दिस साइकोलॉजी अबाउट के यार सुसाइड कर लो, खत्म ही कर दो सब कुछ, अगर कुछ मतलब ही नहीं है तो खत्म कर दो. Don't you think ये थोड़ी सी cowardness भी है?
I would say this is, I mean, you cannot cure someone's, people can blame their psychology and associate it with a specific sort of philosophy. For instance, in your
in this situation,
in your
yeah.
example,
Yeah.
you said that there is this person and they said like there is no point and all, like I don't feel fulfilled, and they say I read absurdity and this is what it is. No.
Yeah, she went into absurdity just to define her feelings.
For a person like that, who's going to drive their own conclusions from any philosophy on this earth, ठीक है, आप उनको जो मर्जी philosophy दे दो, eventually they're gonna just twist it into what subject into what they want to see. They're gonna twist it into their own, like how they want to see the world.
But
So
असल में
you
absurdity
cannot do
क्या
it.
है?
Absurdity is basically, again, as I said before, absurdity is life is gonna throw trials and tribulations, and your job is to raise a rebel flag against it. See, basically, it was that life has no inherent meaning. Man has a search for meaning. You ask universe, what is the meaning? Universe is not going to answer you. ठीक है?
That silent.
Yeah, that's the thing. So now that you're here, now that you're not getting an answer from the universe, your job or the way that you can live, ठीक है, is that you raise a rebel flag against the reality that you dwell in.
इसके अलावा कोई escape नहीं है.
Either Sisyphus can lament about it, he can keep crying for eternity.
Yeah, but he's punished to
ठीक है,
do the same thing again and
he can
again.
keep crying for eternity. हर रात को वो रो सकता है कि नीचे आ जाता है बॉयलर, ये हो सकता है.
पिट
But
सकता है.
the point is कि one must imagine Sisyphus happy. ठीक है, you are stuck whatever situation it is. You are here now.
But
Raise a rebel flag.
same situation के दो बड़े opposite outcome है. अगर वो रोता है, everything becomes negative.
That's what I'm saying.
अगर वो accept कर लेता है कि इसने तो नीचे आना है, but I have to do it again and
That's
again
what I'm
because
saying.
the concept is the punishment.
One must imagine Sisyphus happy is the point कि if you are stuck in a
वो
loop,
सारा कुछ
and most
positive
people
हो
are
जाता है.
stuck in a loop, ठीक है. If you are stuck in a loop, either you can keep lament about it and torture yourself कि you are not able to like do anything about it or whatever,
But
or either you can raise a rebel flag.
But कुछ लोग इस loop में भी बहुत खुश हैं.
Again, one must imagine. यही तो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. Raise a rebel flag against it. Find happiness in that loop. Find a meaning in that loop.
बट मैंने जब इसका पढ़ा मुझे बहुत नेगेटिव वाइब आई इससे कि नहीं लाइफ के मतलब तो होंगे कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा मतलब अगर वी आर ऑन दिस रॉक वी आर लिविंग लाइफ वी आर
like
we have a certain amount of time everyone dies no one knows what happens after death apart from religious beliefs but whatever we do in this world has some sort कुछ तो उसका वो है कि आउटकम या अच्छी फीलिंग उसे कह लें अच्छा इंसान अच्छा मोरल या अच्छा किरदार या आप उसको किसी भी बॉक्स में डाल लें इट्स डोंट यू थिंक रादर बी हैप्पी एंड गुड देन बी क्राइंग अबाउट योर सिचुएशन के फर्क क्या पड़ता है आई पर्सनली थिंक ये थोड़ा सा जो कवर्ड जो थोड़े डरपोक लोग होते हैं
but again
वो इसकी तरफ ज्यादा फीचर करते हैं
you are stuck in a loop again coming back
but if you're not
what I just
and
said
what is getting out of this loop
either Sisyphus could cry or either he could just accept
but what is getting out of loop for example हम आजकल की कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ को कहते हैं कि डेड एंड जॉब्स हैं आप एक सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ पैसा कमाते हैं इन्फ्लेशन आती है आप थोड़ा सा बोनस भी करते हैं बट वो भी ओवरटेक हो जाती है एक सर्टेन लाइफ है आप वही गुजारते रहते हो एक गाड़ी एक घर एक फैमिली एक बच्चा एंड यू रिपीट until you are dead ब्रेक क्या है
raise a rebel flag simple that's what I've been saying reality is going to throw trials and tribulations against you ठीक है raise a rebel flag against that reality
कर दिया मैंने rebel flag उनके against
rebel flag is
मैंने छोड़ दी
if you are stuck in a loop
but उसको loop से निकल के दूसरे loop में जाना ये solution है
define loop then everything is a loop life is a loop exactly. you are born to die that's a loop
that's what I'm trying to say
you are not going to break that you can never break
is it
that.
like one loop जैसे हमने देखा एक है corporate life और दूसरी life है party life chill life
sure
but वो भी एक loop है
that's what I'm saying life is a bigger loop life is a bigger loop and everyone is stuck in their own loop and it's just getting smaller until it gets to the last rungs where we are saying the lowest rung is the Sisyphus itself
एक सिचुएशन में और दूंगा completely opposite experience एक लड़का जो हमें मिला था and he's pro life even though he has a weird loop ट्रेवल करता है डिफरेंट कंट्रीज जाता है एक्सपीरियंसेस करता है अगेन एंड अगेन he does the same thing in different countries but the experience and the quality of life he's having is like so positive it's so fulfilling कि एक weird attraction है उसके अंदर but still it's a loop
sure
so
your
Basically,
wheel
it's
are
basically everyone is in a
whatever
loop,
you
but
do,
कुछ
you choose
उसके
your
अंदर
own
है.
loop.
Yeah, I think the
You choose your
biggest
own
thing is the choice.
Yeah.
Some people are in a loop without their choice, like syphilis. जो भी था उसको punishment थी, उसकी
Sure.
अपनी मर्जी नहीं थी.
Yeah.
But
He didn't have free will.
अगर
What
अपनी
we have is
मर्जी,
free will. That's where you throw in the free will. Coming back to your
free
person,
will is an answer to getting out of the loop, because then you have a
Free will-
choice to get into
देखो,
a different
free
loop
will
every time you
itself-
feel like it's
free
boring
will-
or it's not fulfilling.
free will is what makes us human.
Even in religion.
Is what makes us human. Okay, you have a choice. Coming back to absurdity, what I've been saying
Again and
like,
again.
again and again.
Red flag.
Okay, you have two options. Either Sisyphus could lament. मैं Sisyphus को personally ऐसे imagine करता हूँ, like the statement one must imagine Sisyphus happy. I don't know. The boulder he pushes, every day he sees a couple of ants there. And
Yeah.
he just like while pushing, he starts counting them.
Yeah, he distracts himself.
He counts them.
Yeah.
He like looks around him.
लेकिन कर वो एक ही काम रहा है.
उसको पता है कि boulder नीचे आना है.
वापस आने
But
आना है. It
he
has
finds
other things
things
interesting.
that are somehow less miserable than his current
Whole
reality.
existence.
Then his current जो एक उसकी एक सफरिंग वाली जो एक रियलिटी है, ठीक है, सब ऑप्टिमल रियलिटी जिसके अंदर वो जिंदा है, he finds something which is distracting. What you said about the guy, ठीक है, maybe he is in a suboptimal reality and traveling is an escape from it, and that what is like makes that loop more breathable for him.
Yeah, but if he has free will to choose, how is it escape?
फ्री विल से आप चूज करके क्या, अल्टीमेट एस्केप इज डेथ. लाइफ खत्म कर दो ना. मैं
I think
that's simple.
how is
That's
that
how
an escape?
मिर्जा गालिब said ना होता मैं तो क्या होता, खत्म कर दो फिर. डुबोया मुझको होने में, existence itself is a loop.
I think कुछ
डुबोया मुझको होने में ना होता मैं तो क्या होता. If I had never existed, I would have never
I
stuck in
think
this loop.
कुछ लोगों पे जो अपनी ही existence है ना heavy हो जाती है.
Again, that you are confusing psychology with philosophy. Psychology is a very like it depends on a lot of different factors. How the person was brought up, how the parents behaved, were they traumatized as a
Scenarios
child?
and situations.
This, and now they have a particular psychology which has, again, मैंने वही कहा ना, if a person is psychologically messed up, they're gonna find 1,000 reasons to twist a particular philosophy, which could be like they would find
To
a
justify
reason,
themselves.
they would find a reason even in the stoicism, which I said is a mellow philosophy. वो stoicism में भी कोई reason ढूंढ लेंगे कि like this doesn't make sense, life still doesn't have meaning. And stoicism itself has flaws.
Do explain this stoicism that you're talking about. Like, how is it different from any other thing?
Yeah, stoicism is basically a bunch of rules. Like most of the people know it because of Marcus Aurelius, and I call it.
I think Marcus Aurelius was the one who
Not really.
All right.
He was very late.
he refined it.
He is the reason why there is this term called pop stoicism. Pop stoicism is what this youth knows, which is far from actual stoicism.
Okay.
ठीक है. The pop stoicism that we have is basically a culmination of Marcus Aurelius's famous teachings. ठीक है कि आपकी जो है ना उसका बच्चा मर गया, ठीक है, उसे स्टेट छीन गई वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह, ठीक है. He spent a lot of his time in war. ठीक है. He has like 13 or 14 children. Most of them died before like they turned 18.
Adulthood.
ठीक
Yeah.
है. So he still managed to find meaning in life and ascend above all that through a lot of discipline, through a lot of hard work, and finding meaning in life and detaching basically his soul from materialism. But that's the thing.
अच्छा कुछ लोग अपने
And
life
again,
को
this is my
justify.
understanding.
Yeah. This is stop saying that.
No, I must say it.
Yeah.
I don't want one of my
no one's
professors
gonna,
seeing
no
this
one's gonna
and saying,
question.
nah, this
No
doesn't
one's
make
gonna
sense.
question us just talking about some stuff.
I've never seen
But
negative comments.
materialistic stuff. Let's come on to this shit. Materialism.
Yeah.
जैसे कि मेरी अपनी I don't really care about things. गाड़ी है वो बेशक सुजुकी हो, टोयोटा हो, Audi हो, doesn't really make a difference. But कुछ लोगों को they can't live without their expensive things. They
Depends.
can't live without their lifestyle.
Depends. I mean, the thing is,
Materialistic
coming back-
can be fulfillment.
coming back to nahin, That's the thing, huh? The coming back.
No, it can be. Some people are really happy
It
with
can
that.
be, but the thing is, ke every ecstasy, you will hit a wall eventually.
But if you keep leveling up, if you keep earning
Keep leveling
more,
up. ठीक है.
yeah.
Do you think Elon Musk gets the kick out of working because he's a trillionaire?
He's the first, somewhat,
No.
somewhat.
Sir, he still works for 21 hours a day. Most of the people,
Yeah, that's his
most of
drive.
the people call him a robot.
देखो,
He gets a kick out of working, not because it's making him rich.
not out of working, but out of what he works. He wants to work at.
Basically,
उससे
yeah.
ज्यादा भी कुछ लोग काम करते हैं जो कि उतने खुश नहीं है अपनी लाइफ में और उससे डबल मेहनत करते हैं उसी. फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आपको बताता हूँ, पेंटर्स, they are fucking broke. Even to this date, they are fucking broke.
Yeah, okay.
They only get some amount of money or some fame after they die. Not all of them, but like very low amount के जो successful होते हैं. But उसको उसमें उनको मजा भी आ रहा है, उनको लगता है कि this is their life calling, सब कुछ होता है. But they don't get trillionaire status out of it. आपको नहीं लगता आप you're the first person to be trillionaire in this fucking world? आपको नहीं लगता उससे kick मिलती होगी?
Okay, first of all, he was trillionaire for like 4 days.
Yeah, that
Before
that ship sank very fast.
So my point is that the fulfillment that you're talking about, let's say materialism. ठीक है, you say कि some people
materialism से
get
fulfillment
materialism.
तो मिलती है.
ठीक
It
है.
depends on the person, sure, but मिलती तो है. That is one of
Classic
the answers
example.
of absurdity.
Classic example, Wolf of Wall Street. Jordan Belfort did all he could to make as much money as he could, and he loved it.
Yeah.
ठीक है, but that was because he came from a very poor family. Coming to the point, what makes you fulfilled? What makes you fulfilled? एक बंदा जिसको सारी जिंदगी में प्यार नहीं मिला, he will be broke, but he finds love, he'll find it fulfillment. एक बंदा जो broke था, he became billionaire or whatever, ठीक है, that will be fulfillment for him. Fulfillment itself.
But billionaire वाले को तो प्यार भी मिल रहा है, पैसे भी मिल रहे हैं.
Would he choose between love or money?
Sorry?
What would he choose, love or money?
I think
That's
money.
the thing.
I think money gets you love as well. It's a controversial take, but like in this day and age, अगर आपके पास फरारी है, मुझे नहीं लगता आपको कोई भी आपको मना कर रहा है.
सर, मना करने का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि like they have given your Heer Ranjha and all the famous lovers in history, but they weren't billionaires.
They had a pretty fucked up story, dude. They died. They had no fulfillment.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes that's what fulfillment looks like.
Dying?
Yeah.
Brother.
The peak of human love to some philosophers is death, because God cannot allow true love to exist between two humans, because the thing is, true love was always reserved for a man and his God. Because that's the reason why all the ultimate love stories ended up in death. All the ultimate love stories.
I didn't.
And if you want to throw Titanic in it, I would agree. But
what?
If you want to throw Titanic in it, I would agree.
Going,
but again, the thing is,
Titanic कहाँ से बीच में आ गई? क्या कैसे? एक सेकंड.
Love story. I mean,
जैक डूब के मर गया था. जैक गरीब था.
We were talking about absurdity.
जैक गरीब था.
हाँ.
ठीक है. जैक डूब के मर गया.
Coming back,
how is that
this proves my point.
How is that fulfillment?
He died, and that was fulfillment of his love. He could have saved himself and let her drown. Life से ऊपर तो कुछ नहीं है ना.
That's the smart way to do it.
But the fulfillment of love was more.
देखो, रोज ने तो बाद में शादी भी कर ली ना. उसने स्टोरी टेल ऑल भी अपना बता दिया, पैसे भी कमा लिए, सब कुछ कर लिया. She got to live the complete experience of it.
But
Jack was living in the moment.
But did she ever find the same love that she found with Jack? Never. That's why she came back.
From her perspective, yeah. In that way, okay.
So I rest my case.
So basically, if you die in the moment of your peak happiness, you're fulfilled.
No.
Because Jack के साथ नहीं हुआ ना, वो अपनी situation के peak पे था, और वो मर गया उसी feeling के अंदर.
That's the culmination of love. And again, it's my theory, but this is what I have observed, and like I've talked with some intellectuals, and they agree with the fact that love is the only sort of ecstasy, yeah, that gives you fulfillment.
But then this
when
thought,
you
but then this thought
stop
comes,
existing.
but then this thought comes. So is suicide the answer to the
How
अगर
is-
death ही
you are
अगर death
comparing
ही है,
apples and oranges.
okay, but just take it as a wild, you know, and question. अगर death ही end final result है, तो किसी तरीके से भी आए, क्या फर्क पड़ता?
That's not
Or
how
it just
makes
changes
sense.
the entire
That's
conversation.
not how it makes sense. That's gonna flip the whole conversation because again we will come back to the where we started.
Absurdity.
कि अगर कुछ है ही नहीं तो फिर लाइफ खत्म करो.
क्योंकि अगर कुछ
Because
है, तब भी आपकी
absurdity
end
literally
to
starts
life,
from it.
according to you, अगर कुछ है उसमें आप मर जाते हो, that's fulfillment. अगर कुछ नहीं है और आप मर जाते हो, आप वहीं पे खड़े हो. At the end तो मरने पे ही हो रहा है ना, तो फिर क्या फर्क पड़ता है
One
कि कुछ
dies-
करके मरो या without इसके मरो,
One
जो
dies-
कि इस लड़की का माइंडसेट था.
She will die resenting her life. She will die resenting her life, blaming others for her misery, blaming her life
She's
for
not
him.
blaming anyone.
Oh, do you think like the person who thinks life has no inherent meaning had no one to blame? Think about it.
I think her mindset was, मेरे साथ बुरा हुआ, मैं अभी भी यहाँ पे हूँ और मैं एक अच्छी, उसके बाद भी मैंने लाइफ स्टार्ट करके अच्छे पे हो गए, बट ऑल ऑफ दैट मेक्स नो सेंस, लाइक फॉर हर उसके कोई मतलब नहीं है. एंड अगर हम जैक के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से या पॉजिटिव पर्सन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखें, तो वो भी सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस करता है, एंड में मरता है, and
देखो,
then he gets forgotten.
Now we are
And
talking
then
about
life goes on
resonation.
for other people.
We are talking about love, which is a very different thing. We are talking about a person who is suicidal because they believe that world has no inherent. That's two
एटलीस्ट
different
एक
things.
बंदा जो मर रहा है वो अपनी लाइफ को इस तरह जी के मर रहा है, अपने फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ऑन हिज ओन टर्म्स, प्लस ही इज एंजॉयिंग एवरीथिंग, इवन द फॉलआउट्स, इवन द फेलियर्स, इवन एवरीथिंग. ही इज एंजॉयिंग कंप्लीटनेस ऑफ
Living
इट
life on your own terms and then dying
while doing that.
while then dying on
I
your
think
own
that's
terms.
peak like life.
Yes.
That's like peak.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you have to disappear, right?
Yeah, you have to first of all, if you believe again, you have to be very sort of. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You have to be very psychotic to believe that while there are religions out there, while there are philosophies out there, while there are, and I'm like hanging on a very low bearing fruit right here, self-help books out there. I know I hate self-help books, but whatever. So there is a lot, yeah, there is a lot out there. But the point is that there is a lot of people, lot of books, and lot of religions out there who can give you or who can provide you a meaning. ठीक है, और अगर मीनिंग नहीं भी दे रहे तो in terms of absurdity they will give you a sort of a intellectual suicide. You will attach yourself to a meta entity and give your life to it,
Submit
ठीक
to
है,
it.
whatever. But the point is कि if you don't even search for answers, उस बंदी ने तुम्हें कहा कि I have read absurdism says life has no inherent meaning, ठीक है, तो there is no point to anything, which means that she never even read about absurdism properly. I'm saying if you're gonna believe, I don't believe that in this day and age where you have damn ChatGPT to tell you everything, you didn't have enough time to actually read or actually explore कि what is your own mind
her
going,
journey is still
आपका
going.
जा किधर रहा है?
Her journey is still going. She was just at that point at that time.
Again, yeah. So now, and I hope that she comes to this realization that there is a lot out there. Yeah, you know her better than me. But the point is that she comes to this, and I really hope that she comes to this realization that there is a lot.
But a lot of her decision based on this, just this theory, are so fucked up that
Again, that's half knowledge, na?
that I start believing कि कोई इतना अपनी लाइफ से परेशान, मतलब अपनी लाइफ को इतना पॉइंटलेस समझता है कि वो सब कर भी रहे, बट उसको फिर रात को ये हो रहा है कि इट हैज नो मीनिंग, मैं करूं ना करूं फर्क क्या पड़ता, कोई कंसिस्टेंसी है ही नहीं.
Again, that's a very broad psychological issue. This person wants to live in the moment,
I don't
enjoy,
think
while they also blame themselves.
I don't think if you're religious you can ever get this mindset. I think religion fixes a lot of issues that this mindset
Again,
gets.
yeah, sure. But the thing is कि
Regardless of the religion.
उसको अगर आप philosophy के point से देखोगे तो philosophy सीधा कहेगी you are committing intellectual suicide. You are just associating with a higher entity without ever researching if that higher entity exists or
But
not.
don't you
And
think-
I'm not talking about theology. Theology, हमारा ईमान तो different है ना.
हाँ.
I'm talking about the philosophical perspective. If philosophy would say that you're just going to commit intellectual suicide, you're just going to stand there in front of an entity, and now you believe in someone higher, something meta.
But if you don't submit to a higher entity, कोई और सवाल जवाब ही नहीं मिलता.
You can. That's the whole
क्योंकि
philosophy.
हमारे
thing.
लिए क्योंकि हमारे
you
लिए
can carve a meaning out of
क्योंकि
it.
हमारे लिए वो जो है ना कि I asked the meaning of life from the universe and universe is silent. But for us, universe is the religion. Our God is the universe, and He answers back to us.
But that's the thing. Now we are dabbling in theology.
Yeah, true that.
वो फिर theology में चला जाता है. वो तो फिर आपको हर even Buddha said. वो तो
सिद्धार्थ
Buddhism है. Siddharth has a lot of things to say about that. कि like
सिद्धार्थ की सिचुएशन भी तो कुछ इसी तरह की थी.
Siddharth did become, I would say, depressed sort of at one point with the excessive resources.
Like
The
people
guy
in the
never
West.
never saw suffering, and it made him depressed at some point.
Yeah.
So when and I think this is sort of an answer because this person you're talking about has a lot of resources,
Yeah.
has good
Privileged
education,
life.
a privileged life.
Yeah.
She has never seen suffering.
Not to the extent we did.
What? Yeah, sure. And if they see the actual suffering, what people are actually going through out there, maybe that will change the perspective.
And
What I have
that was the
now, I
reason
can
she-
carve a meaning out
But
of
that,
it.
I think that was the reason she was in a third world country or a poor country, just to feel like दूसरे लोग जो मुझसे बहुत अंडर प्रिविलेज्ड हैं बट खुश हैं, वो क्यों खुश हैं और वो किस तरह अपनी लाइफ को सिमुलेट कर रहे हैं या उसके थ्रू वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं.
But again, what did she learn from this?
Shit, nothing.
तो फिर अब वो पर्सन की गलती है ना, आप उसमें क्या निकालोगे? अगेन
Yeah.
वो तो मैंने शुरू में भी यही बोला था कि if a person decides on a psychological level कि nothing can ever go right, nothing in this world can convince them. आप psychology पकड़ लो, आप philosophy
क्योंकि
पकड़
this
लो, आप theology पकड़ लो.
mindset क्योंकि this mindset affects everything. Studies, income, work, relationship, lifestyle,
Yes.
family values, right or wrong decision making. तो अगर अब आप ये meaning, and do you think we should even look for meaning in life?
I think we should.
क्योंकि आंसर तो आपको नहीं आएगा.
I think we should because that is
The pursuit of meaning
देखो the
is
fact
so
that you're
wild, and there's no guarantee of any answer, not even a answer. No, nothing. We should still look for it, keeping religion out of it, because religion is basically the answer to all
देखो
this.
अगर आप religion even if you remove God out of this equation,
The universe.
the thing is whatever like whatever you call it, if you remove it out of the equation, you were still born with free will, and free will is the ability to choose.
But you have to have a
You
very
have
positive
to-
attitude about life if you want to choose.
आप again depressed बंदे को कुछ भी दे दो वो
वो तो
negative choose
negative
करेगा.
choose कर लेगा यार.
Positive बंदे को कुछ भी दे दो वो
At
उसमें
the
से
end of the day,
expect
it's about
करेगा.
mindset. Like
It's
positive
about-
mindset is like
it's
very
about
important.
that's why I'm using the word carving a meaning out of life.
Mm.
Carving is literally like breaking the stone to build a sculpture. You have a reality, whatever it is, and you are sculpting a sort of a beautiful image out of it. And it may not look beautiful to others. Some people, for instance, I know who got married at 22, had children, ठीक है, and now they do look at others who didn't get married at 22.
At a younger age.
At a younger age, whatever, ठीक है, and they didn't have children and they're traveling around the world. They do get the envy out of it, but they're still happy because they sculpted a meaning. They had the free will, they made a choice, and now they are Sisyphus, and they are happy with what they chose.
So at the end of the day, everyone is going through this,
I
regardless
shouldn't compare
of,
this with Sisyphus because Sisyphus had no option. They had an
Yeah,
option.
yeah.
But again,
It's
still,
basically-
they chose, and now they're happy with it. They must be happy with it. We must imagine them happy.
Yeah, that's the thing. अगर आपको अपनी लाइफ का मीनिंग निकालना है तो उसके लिए पहले आपको खुश होना जरूरी है, लाजिम है आपके
यार
ऊपर,
खुश होने
इवन
का
इफ
इससे
इट्स अ
कोई ताल्लुक नहीं
डिल्यूजन,
है, खुश होने का इससे
even if it's a delusion, you have to be a positive happy guy to even look for meaning,
I'm
because
not,
अगर आप
no, no, no,
नेगेटिव
no.
हो
I
तो हर
don't,
चीज ही
I
नेगेटिव
don't
लगेगी
agree with
ना.
that. देखो, उल्टा, ये उल्टा है. अगर आप हर टाइम हैप्पी हो,
हर टाइम नहीं, हर टाइम नहीं.
if you are happy,
मैं लेट मी क्रिएट अ सिचुएशन. मैं वो पागलों वाला खुश नहीं कि मतलब हर टाइम हंस
नहीं
रहे
नहीं,
हो,
I'm not talking about like
शुगर
blind
मिला
happy
कर
go
रहे.
lucky.
नहीं नहीं नहीं.
हाँ.
You have to have a positive mindset towards life to even look for a meaning, because अगर आप डिप्रेस हो तो डिप्रेस बंदे को तो हर चीज में डिप्रेशन है ना.
I would say कि
बट कुछ
happy
लोग
बंदा,
कंट्रोल भी नहीं कर सकते
happy बंदा
डिप्रेशन.
कार्व करता है, ठीक है. हैप्पी बंदा कार्व नहीं करता, ठीक है. हैप्पी बंदा हर चीज में पॉजिटिविटी और अपॉर्चुनिटी कहीं ना कहीं से देख लेगा. It is more essential for the people with a negative mindset to carve a meaning. Otherwise, it's just chaos. It's pure uncontrollable chaos, and
बट
it will. They will.
नेगेटिविटी आपके अंदर से इतना एनर्जी वो आपको कंप्लीटली आपकी एनर्जी कंज्यूम कर जाती है कि मुझे, मेरा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है, पॉजिटिविटी गिव्स यू एनर्जी, नेगेटिविटी टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी आउट ऑफ यू.
Okay.
अगर आप नेगेटिव एनर्जी के साथ आप ड्रेन, मतलब बिल्कुल ही ड्रेन हुए हुए हो अपनी एक कंप्लीट थॉट से, या तो रहो न्यूट्रल, फिर मतलब ढूंढो. बट अगेन शी बिकम न्यूट्रल, शी बिकम लाइक कुछ भी फर्क नहीं पड़ता, देन शी इज लुकिंग
That's
फॉर
neutral.
मीनिंग फॉर लाइफ, एंड शी इज नॉट फाइंडिंग मीनिंग इन लाइफ.
For a negative person,
I think
finding the
she's going
meaning is more
negative.
important.
Sorry.
For a negative person, finding the meaning is more important because आप कुछ भी करो, आपने जिंदा तो रहना है कि नहीं रहना, ठीक है.
Instinct भी तो कोई
अगर
चीज
आपने
है.
जिंदा रहना है, ठीक है, if you are going to follow the animalistic instinct and you want to survive and you don't want to be miserable for the rest of your life, it becomes absolutely essential for you to find a meaning. And to find a meaning, देखो, there is a reason. Now I'm going to throw a bit of theology in it.
Okay.
Why
So,
do you think Islam's first ever Quranic ayat was Iqra? Read. Gain knowledge. Learn about the world in which you are living.
that's why I think you have to go into religion. Without that, like, pointless. Even for positive or negative people. And I think a lot of people convert after going through this
Oh, yeah.
existential crisis.
They do. Yeah.
Because उनको लगता है, उनको जो असल में पढ़ते हैं और रिसर्च करते हैं, जैसे पढ़ते हैं इस बारे में, नॉलेज हासिल करते हैं, उनको वाकई एक वे ऑफ लाइफ दिखता है जो कि एविडेंस बेस्ड और लॉजिक बेस्ड और थोड़ा सा बिलीफ बेस्ड उनको लेके जाता है. एंड आई थिंक इस्लाम इज ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट.
Sure. And that's why people who are pure atheists,
she was
went
really
through,
she got really into Islam after
people
that.
who are true atheists and they believe, like this person believes that life has no inherent meaning, and they start a search of meaning, okay, and they eventually stumble upon a religion.
A religion,
Okay.
yeah, depending
And
on their
they-
situation.
Yeah, whatever it is, Christianity, Buddhism, whatever, they
Yeah.
stumble upon a religion, and they see कि आप basic जो religion है ना, it's all, I would say, amalgamation of the basic teachings of humanity. ठीक है? Once they associate themselves with it, now you are not just living for yourself, you are living for a higher cause. That higher cause, देखो, मैं एक बंदा है, वो दूसरों के लिए सॉफ्टवेयर बना रहा है and he's making money, but he's not getting the fulfillment out of it because he believes कि मैं कुछ शायद, I'm not putting a dent in reality. But then that same person goes to work for a humanitarian cause. He's getting paid less, but now he's happy. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm saving lives, I'm changing lives, I'm doing this, and this.
Purposeful life.
Yes. A lot of it stems from purposelessness.
Yeah, true. Because उसके भी बात से ऐसा लग रहा था कोई पर्पस नहीं है. Everything was automatically done.
Yeah.
मैं ये परस्यू कर रही हूँ, ये कर रही हूँ, बट पर्पस उसके पीछे इतना ज्यादा लैक कर रहा था कि फॉर एग्जांपल सर्फिंग करनी है, क्यों करनी है, सब कर रहे हैं,
Yeah.
but why are you doing it? It's fun, it's a sports thing, but there's no intensity behind, there's no real connection behind it. You're doing it just because everyone else is doing it. It doesn't make sense. और या एक जगह पे 2 महीने सिर्फ आके बैठ जाना जस्ट टू बी लाइक आई नीड टू एस्केप फ्रॉम द एनवायरनमेंट बट यू आर डूइंग द सेम एग्जैक्ट थिंग दैट यू वर डूइंग back into your older environment.
Yeah, it's like, देखो, you sit in a castle and then hope that someone is gonna come and save you, and then you're like, let's change the location and see if the savior comes now. You are not willing to work on your own mental health. You're not willing to change your own reality, and then you just keep changing locations, every once in a while.
Yeah.
And then you seek comfort in camaraderie from like other travelers, because they are also like sort of
Coming to a different point.
yeah. You think that somehow they might understand what you're going through, but you're still waiting for a savior. You're not trying to save yourself. You're just hoping that someone will come along.
This term you use savior, I think, yeah, a lot of people cash into that.
Yeah.
कि कोई आके बचा लेगा, कोई तो पर्पस दे देगा, कोई कहीं से आ जाएगा. Rather than becoming your own hero, you're depending on a third party to.
Why do you think people fall blindly for religion sometimes?
Blindly
without proper research.
Hmm.
Why do they blindly fall for? Because they see God as a savior as well. Now God has given them, God has become their purpose. God is not just a regulatory authority in their life. God is their life. They have surrendered their entire life to God. There is no meaning except God at all. They give up everything and they just become religious fanatics. तो सेवियर वाला जो एक
which can again go into either right direction or a completely 180 degree opposite.
Religious जो आपका एक डॉगमा है वो है ही सारा इसमें ना, कि अगर आप बिल्कुल ही सरेंडर करोगे, अब of course we want to surrender to a God who is watching everything, of course, but the thing is कि if you become like completely you become like वो फनाफी अल्लाह वाला जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, ठीक है, इस्लाम के अंदर एक चीज है ना कि भाई आपको रहबानियत से मना किया गया है. ये इबादत का मतलब ये नहीं है, ठीक है, ओबीडियंस का मतलब ये नहीं कि आप सब कुछ छोड़ के जंगलों में चले जाएं. You still have to find a purpose in life.
Yeah.
Being a religious person doesn't give you, आपको छुट्टी नहीं मिल जाती to carve a meaning out of reality.
So
you
even
still have
religion,
to find a meaning.
Even after religion, you have to find a meaning. But
Yes,
like,
sir.
Or be happy in your loop that you're in.
Be happy.
Be delusional in it.
I wouldn't call it delusional, because the thing is, again, everyone is in a loop. Some people have bigger loops. Some people have smaller loops. Okay, and some people
have like multiple loops.
Some people are happy in it. Some people are not happy in it. Those who are not happy in it are consistently.
I think like सिर्फ खुश रहना भी जरूरी नहीं है. You have to have sadness. I think that's a good balance.
That is the construct of reality. Of course, where there's happiness,
you have to be sad as well. You have to be in pain as well. Because मुझे जहाँ तक हमने अपनी लाइफ गुजारी और जहाँ तक हम लोग देख रहे हैं, सक्सेस इतनी चीजें आपको नहीं सिखाती जितना फेलियर सिखाती है, और इतना खुशी आपको ड्राइव नहीं देती जितना सैडनेस देती है.
देखो, you are talking about a very basic causality. अगर गम ही नहीं है तो आपको पता कैसे चलेगा आप हैप्पी हो? खत्म.
सिद्धार्था उसकी लाइफ ही इतनी परफेक्ट बना दी थी कि जब उसने पहली दफा सफरिंग देखी उसका दिमाग ही फट गया.
I think it was I'm not sure which philosopher said it, or I'm not sure if Dostoevsky said it, but death is what gave meaning to life. ये मुझे लग रहा है मूवी डायलॉग. I don't even remember who said it, but whatever. This is a good line. But death is what gives meaning to life.
There's a yin to every yang.
You can only compare. You can only know कि आप लाइट में हो जब आपने डार्कनेस देखी है.
And I think that journey between light and dark and then light and dark, I think that's the whole experience of life.
That's the causality.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as perfect happiness. Perfect happiness is, I believe, non-existent.
Perfect too, which भी नहीं होता.
Yes.
Yeah. But this thought of like nothing matters, it's so wild. हम as being an Asian Pakistani, हम बहुत मुझे इसके ऊपर रिसर्च करनी पड़ी just to have a conversation with her, क्योंकि हमारी लाइफ इतनी डिस्टेंट है इस चीज से. कभी कभी तो हम सोचते भी नहीं है. We are so busy in creating that loop, because हमें तो इतना shitty loop मिलता है बचपन से ही, if you're not from a wealthy family, कि आप तो सिर्फ कमाने और अपने बिल्स के अंदर पूरे हो जाते हो, and वो अचीव कर लेना ही आपकी लाइफ की सक्सेस बन जाती है. लोग जैसे कहते हैं ओ he earned this much, oh he is so successful. बेशक वो पीछे पिट रहा हो,
हाँ
बट देखा उसको सक्सेसफुली जाता है.
अगेन
इन कुछ लोग इतना ज्यादा मिलियनेयर नहीं होते, बहुत बेसिक लाइफ गुजारते हैं, बट उनकी नीड्स प्राइम पूरी हो रही होती है, एंड दे आर सो हैप्पी इन देयर लाइफ, हैप्पी इन देयर लूप दैट दे हैव क्रिएटेड. सो आई थिंक नहीं, लाइफ की मीनिंग है, डोंट नो व्हाट मीनिंग इज, एंड हर किसी के लिए डिफरेंट मीनिंग
एंड द
है,
मीनिंग
but it has to
उसकी
have a
डेफिनेशन
meaning.
भी हर बंदे के लिए डिफरेंट है.
Yeah, but it has
What
to
you
have a
consider
meaning.
meaning is very different.
You can't just live a life with मैं अच्छा करूं बुरा करूं, everything is meaningless. You can't do that to yourself even.
Again, that I would say that is very psychopathic behavior.
It is. It
a
is a
psychopathic
psychopathic behavior. If
Because
you, if
they
you
are the
think
ones-
about it now,
yeah.
it is a very psychopathic behavior.
They will believe anything. वो
with
उनके लिए morals वो
emotionless. अच्छा, theory of absurdity or this whole of this world that we are talking about. Human emotion कहाँ fall करते हैं? If nothing means anything, I can do whatever to you or you can do whatever to me. ह्यूमन इमोशन कहाँ स्टैंड करते हैं कि मेरे एक्शन से ह्यूमन आपके ऊपर, आपके इमोशंस के ऊपर इफेक्ट पड़ रहा है. फॉर एग्जांपल, मैं आपके लिए कुछ कर सकता हूँ जिससे आप बहुत खुश हो जाए, या मैं आपके लिए कुछ कर सकता हूँ जिससे आप बहुत दुखी हो जाए या सैड हो जाए, एंड वाइस वर्सा. डोंट यू थिंक लाइक ह्यूमन बिहेवियर कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट्स दिस के कुछ मीनिंग नहीं है? क्योंकि ह्यूमन बिहेवियर या ह्यूमन इमोशंस, बिहेवियर भी नहीं, इमोशंस, आई थिंक वो बहुत बड़ी एक जगह रखते हैं मोरल्स के अंदर भी, लाइफस्टाइल के अंदर भी, कि हमें चूज करना पड़ेगा दैट ही वाज हैप्पी विद द रॉक कमिंग अप एंड डाउन, दैट्स अ ह्यूमन इमोशन. अगर हम ह्यूमन इमोशन को ही निकाल देंगे तो हम तो सोशियोपैथ बन जाएंगे.
Yes.
एंड आई थिंक दिस लेन दैट लाइफ हैज नो मीनिंग इज गोज टुवर्ड्स बीइंग सोशियोपैथ.
But
क्योंकि you have to be very emotionless to get to this point के whatever I do is, it has no meaning.
देखो, being emotionless itself again comes back to psychology and not philosophy. If you never achieved a height of a particular emotion, ठीक है, आप automatically you're going to be cynical about everything. If you had a traumatic childhood, you will never be able to experience, like, until something like someone comes along and you, like, somehow your life turns 180 degrees. But if you keep expanding on that sort of reality, if you keep living in that, ठीक है, eventually you're gonna become at a point आप emotionless हो जाओगे.
A lot of people, different verdict, a lot of people, they never cure their childhood problems or childhood traumas, and they'll get into adulthood with so many psychological problems that they get to this point, meaning in here a different set of mindset, a different kind of form, but same destination. Just because they have unresolved childhood trauma, they get into this, क्या फर्क पड़ता है जो मैं करूं, अच्छा करूं बुरा करूं, मेरे साथ भी तो बुरा हुआ था, किसी के साथ हो जाए कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. They get out of it and I should do whatever I want to do regardless of the meaning of life, and शायद उससे मुझे खुशी या उससे मुझे कुछ सस्टेनेंस मिल जाए. एंड एट द एंड वो भी वहीं पे पहुंच जाते हैं, द सोशियोपैथ, कि वो फील ही नहीं करते दूसरों के बारे में जस्ट बिकॉज उनके साथ ट्रॉमा हुआ है. सो सॉल्विंग चाइल्डहुड ट्रॉमा, आई थिंक गेटिंग बिफोर गेटिंग इनटू अडल्टहुड इज लाइक सो इम्पोर्टेंट.
That requires recognizing a problem as a problem.
क्योंकि अगर आप चाइल्डहुड से ही आप एक प्रॉब्लम को प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं समझ रहे तो उसको सॉल्व कैसे करोगे?
For instance,
बट इसको कैसे सॉल्व
example.
करेंगे अगर एक बंदा एजुकेशन?
देखो, एक क्लासिकल एग्जांपल है of unresolved traumas. के like a father beats his son, और जब उसको कोई कहता है कि like why are you beating him, like my father used to do it and I turned out fine. They become numb to the fact.
Cultural shit.
Yeah, they become numb to it. It's not just cultural.
Nah,
my father used to beat me. I'm beating him. I'm beating him because
your father used to beat you.
वो एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ.
Okay.
कि my father used to beat me. I'm beating my son because I turned out okay. He used to beat me and I turned out
generational
okay.
trauma dump हो जाएगा ये.
That is what I'm saying. कि आपके emotions, आपके जो एक moral सेट है, आपकी साइकोलॉजी, how you react to certain situations. That is all from how you are, like you just said कि unresolved traumas and all. आप जिस तरह बड़े होते हो, if you don't identify your problem as a problem, एक बंदा उसको problem के तौर पे देख ही नहीं रहा, मैं अपने बच्चे को मार रहा हूँ.
Education
My
is
father
very
did,
important
my
for
father
this.
did what my father did was wrong,
इसको
and I
identify
shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't even see this as a problem, it's just gonna be
कैसे
another
उसको
loop.
solve करेगा?
It's just gonna be another loop.
और वो वही सोचो वो
A
बंदा
vicious cycle.
इस सोसाइटी में फिर रहे हैं. इट्स अ ओपन थ्रेट टू एवरीवन बिकॉज वो इतना अनसर्टन है अबाउट हिज ओन लाइफ, हिज ओन ट्रॉमास, कि वो किसी के साथ कुछ भी कर सकता है रिगार्डलेस ऑफ व्हाट. आई थिंक रिलीजन सॉल्व्स दिस एस्पेक्ट ऑफ लाइफ एज वेल,
Yes.
बिकॉज इट आइडेंटिफाई एंड गिव्स यू सो मेनी सेट ऑफ रूल्स कि अगर आप उनको फॉलो करो तो आप चाइल्ड आपको फौरन पता चल जाएगा मेरे साथ कब गलत हुआ और कब सही हुआ.
I would for a second again, as in the start of discussion, we removed religion from this equation.
But yeah, we have to remove it.
Even if we do remove religion from this equation, we still have the thing ke education.
Education.
Read.
Yeah.
You have a lot of education.
You
out
have
there.
to have knowledge.
You
By the
have
end
to
of it, you
have-
have to have knowledge.
If you are, देखो, अगर आपको एक अंदर से आवाज आ रही है, आपको आप miserable हो, at least find out why you are miserable. Why is someone who is in the same condition as you not miserable and you are?
Meaning of life.
Why
Comes-
is he
comes
happy
back to
in the
that.
same circumstances and you are not happy? At least find it. At least read about it.
And
थोड़ा know yourself.
And I think इसमें
Soul
बहुत
searching.
बड़ा impact करता है कि having a good set of friends. कुछ बातें आप अपने बड़ों से भी नहीं कर पाते जो आप अपने दोस्तों से कर लेते हो.
Sure.
And boys में तो ये होता ही होता है कि they have some sort of problem going around with their life and they have some sort of things that they are going through, and just a one sitting can change the entire mood for that person. वो completely depressed हो सकता है and थोड़ी सी देर बैठ के अगर वो डिस्कस करें. I'm not talking about chillings. I'm talking about एक या दो दोस्त के साथ जिसके साथ सिर्फ आप शेयर कर लो अपनी सिचुएशन, तो 50% ऑफ सिचुएशन की इंटेंसिटी ही कम हो जाती है, उसका प्रेशर कम हो जाता
I
है.
think we're confusing things here. We are not talking about reducing trauma. We are talking about revolutionizing.
I'm talking about people who don't really know their trauma. If they share their story, why they're feeling that way,
Why would
People
they share
can
their
have an
story if they
opinion
don't even
about
think
this.
it as a problem?
because they're feeling bad about it.
That's the problem. That hence the example of the father beating his son. ठीक है, beating his son. He is not recognizing it as a problem. He's not going to sit in a bar and drink a couple of beers and complain about, oh, मैंने तो आज अपने बेटे को मारा था. He doesn't see it as a problem.
I'm not,
It's
talk- I- I'm
not
not,
on
I'm not
anyone
talking about
else.
adults. I'm talking about before you become an adult, as a teenager or as a young adult.
Again,
When you don't
that
have
comes
kids.
back. Again, that comes back to how they were raised. The problem is, okay, I think the whole idea, it's not about absurdity, nihilism, or anything. The first thing it is, I think, the cause of purposelessness is because you haven't explored enough.
Explore. And
You haven't
this
explored
thing
enough
that you
endeavors.
said, explored enough. That's why everyone that I meet, I'm like, travel, see the world, see different cultures. लोगों को देखो वो कैसे अपनी लाइफ के प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं या उनकी लाइफ के प्रॉब्लम्स हैं क्या, उनसे सीखो, उनके तरीकों से सीखो. If they're doing something, why they're doing something. Traveling, educating yourself, getting into philosophy, getting into this knowledge is so important.
But again, traveling is not the
And लोग इस पे focus
traveling
नहीं
is
कर रहे.
not exactly 100% an answer, because अगर ऐसा होता,
Nothing is
that
100%
person,
an answer.
that person that you were talking about earlier,
No, she started.
She
She
started
just started
traveling.
traveling. She just
started
started
traveling,
traveling.
and that exactly wasn't like. But the point is, ke, educate yourself. That's the one thing that I would say is the most important when it comes to finding purpose in what.
In what?
हवा में, universe is not going to give you the answer that what absurdity has said. So who is responsible for finding answers? You. Go seek answers. There are libraries filled with thousands of books. And then once you have read books, you will realize the world is not in your books, and that's when you travel.
You know, there's a funny thing on internet. The more you fuck around, the more you find out. It suits.
Sure.
Like जितना घुसोगे उतना
Yes.
पता चलता
And
जाएगा,
this is-
but रोने से नहीं पता चलेगा.
Whatever you call it, this is sort of a crude interpretation of the a philosophical idea, but yes, it is true. The more you fuck around, the more
the more you
out.
find out.
आप जितनी like आप जितने जार्स में उंगलियां डिप करेंगे
उतने जा से
उतना ज्यादा आपको पता चलेगा कि what are you made of. आप एक चीज को कर ही नहीं रहे. आप कह रहे हैं जी मेरा पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ क्या है, क्या मुझे अकाउंटेंट बनना है, क्या मैंने कंप्यूटर साइंस करनी है, क्या मैंने ये करना है. फिर इवेंचुअली आपको कुछ पता नहीं चलता, आपने हाथ पैर भी नहीं मारा, आपने जाके पता भी नहीं किया कुछ, आपने पढ़ा भी कुछ नहीं, एंड देन यू सडनली से ओहो वर्ल्ड हैज नो मीनिंग.
I think work
That's
should
just
be,
irresponsible.
I think work should be just work. Work should not be the meaning of your life. That's my belief.
Work could become meaning of your life.
Yeah,
Lekin that's a rare situation.
how is your life?
Work could become Michelangelo, Van Gogh.
That's a sad story though.
Work could become a meaning of your life, but the thing is,
I don't think.
again, fulfillment. आप fulfillment पहले पता तो करो ना, आपको fulfillment मिल किस चीज में रही है. वो एक क्या था, find वो I'm not sure कि वो किस philosophy का quote है.
But question ही यही है ना.
Choose your it's Rumi's quote. Choose what you love and let it destroy you.
Rumi.
Choose what you love
and let it destroy you.
Fall in love with it passionately and let it destroy you.
Let it consume you.
And then you will become the pinnacle
of what you
of
desire.
that of you'll be at the pinnacle.
I think मसला यही आ रहा है कि लोगों को पता ही नहीं है कि वो what is that thing.
Yeah.
A lot of has to be the constant comparison of life on social media. कभी-कभी वो भी एक एस्पेक्ट आ जाता है कि फॉर एग्जांपल किसी को राइटिंग बहुत पसंद है बट मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पीपल उनके सराउंडिंग में, जस्ट एन एग्जांपल, उसको उस तरीके से वैलिडिफाई ही नहीं करती कि उसका इंटरेस्ट खत्म होना स्टार्ट हो जाता है एंड ही गेट्स इनटू और शी गेट्स इनटू थिंग्स व्हिच आर मोर acceptable by society.
If you left something just because it wasn't getting accepted by society, then you never loved it. If you love something, you don't.
अगर किसी और के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू की वजह से आप अपनी उसको जिससे आप इश्क करते हो करने के लिए वही छोड़ रहे हो, बट ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि आप पूरे दिन अकाउंटिंग कर रहे हो और आपको मुझे तो इश्क है अकाउंटिंग से, बैलेंस शीट एक मैच होगी मुझे तो.
Some people love
निर्वाणा हिट हो गया.
Have you seen वो रसल क्रो की एक मूवी है, I'm not sure, but he was a genius mind, a brilliant mind. I'm not sure what is the name of the movie, but whatever, like A Beautiful Mind. So A Beautiful Mind, he is like, it's based on a real scientist, was a natural code breaker, and he was excellent in numbers, and he was like, I'm going to come up with an original idea, I'm not going to write thesis on whatever it is, जो भी expect किया जा रहा है. He was in love with numbers and he ended up breaking 100 years history of what was it, economic sciences.
अच्छा, from this conversation एक सवाल मेरे दिमाग में आता है. A lot of people don't have original thoughts.
That's an epidemic, and I would blame social media for it.
And exactly.
No one has time to think original thoughts when you are just doom scrolling on Insta.
आपको कोई चीज चाहिए, Pinterest कर लो कि डेकोरेशन में क्या है. आपको पेंटिंग बनानी है, Pinterest कर लो, गूगल कर लो किस तरह की बननी चाहिए. आपको कंटेंट क्रिएट करना है, चैट जीपीटी से स्क्रिप्ट निकाल ली, आपने ये कर लिया. देयर इज नो ओरिजिनलिटी टू द थॉट कि इस तरह ये पर्सपेक्टिव भी तो हो सकता है चीजों का. एंड आई थिंक जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट कि एक पर्सपेक्टिव ही नहीं है, लोग कभी कभी उसको अपनी लाइफ को जस्ट बिकॉज दे कंज्यूम दैट मच, वो कहते हैं यार मीनिंग लाइफ का क्या है, क्योंकि जो मेरे सामने तो हर चीज रिपीट पे आ रही है.
There is a term which I ironically learned on Instagram. It's called taste maxing.
Taste maxing.
Taste maxing is
look maxing तो मैंने सुना था.
Taste maxing is basically how rich people develop a taste for incredibly amazing things. They expose themselves to amazing art, amazing food, amazing ideas, amazing philosophies, and that's how they acquire a taste for it, which makes them very different. You can't just go into that circle with money. You have to taste max yourself as well. So taste maxing का concept क्या है? Taste maxing breeds original ideas. First you see, देखो आपने अच्छी पेंटिंग्स देखी ही नहीं है, आपके लिए एक इंस्टाग्राम पे एक वो जो एब्स्ट्रैक्ट आर्ट वाला
I
बंदा is
under,
definitely a
I
how would you
completely
know?
agree with you.
Hmm.
The thought process is
Hmm.
to see the best, to create the best, not just to see something which is good and then replicate it.
Yeah. तो वही मैं कह रहा हूँ ना, उसके लिए देखो, to create
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah,
original,
yeah, yeah.
even to create something original,
Yeah,
first you have
I
to go
agree
through
with
a
you.
lot.
I agree with you. Everything is influenced by something, 100% sure. But original thought, originality होनी लाजमी. आपका personal trait उसके अंदर होना लाजमी है, which is lacking
देखो,
nowadays, and I think that's why people don't really find meaning of life, because whatever they are doing, someone else is doing as well,
some people are
or
born
doing
with it.
exactly like that.
What we need to understand and sort of come to terms with it. Some people are born with it.
Some people are born with it.
ठीक है, some people are naturally, they don't have a fashion designing degree, but they know how to dress. Some people
It's just
don't know.
in them.
Yeah, some people never learn photography, but they know how to take a good photo. Whatever it is, some people are born with it. Some people have to develop a proper chain.
Like,
ठीक है,
I can
a chain of
put it,
ideas
I can
to
put it
leave
into,
and
I can
actual
put it
real
into
idea.
like, Messi is like born with the talent,
Okay.
and Ronaldo worked so hard. He has talent as well, but he worked so hard that now they're on that level.
Okay.
That both are competing towards it. But you can clearly see Messi is far more talented, but you can really see how the immense of work Ronaldo puts into his health, into his body, into his fitness, into his everything. So I think that is like one of the things. Either you're born with it, or either you create your own reality of whatever you want. You work so damn hard toward it. Find something and let it kill you.
Let it kill you.
Sometimes you're just born with it. Like, doesn't matter. You like me. Zarurat nahi padti. I can sketch very fast, and like you have no history in photography, but you can take absolutely amazing pictures. So can we say, like, if you're good at something, that's your meaning of life? Can we put it in that perspective?
If it gives you fulfillment, yes.
Because when you're good at something, it feels very fulfilled.
If you're John Wick
If you're
and you're good at killing, would it give you fulfillment?
I think
The idea. I just broke your argument. I just broke your argument with one statement.
What? Nah, I
See, the thing
I was talking about positive things, not like killing
Whatever.
someone.
You said
But
if you are good at something.
But if you're good at
You are
killing
good at
someone, you can go into security, put it into a better use rather than just killing people or becoming a mercenary. You can go into security, helping
Again,
kids or defending people
that's
who needs to be
perspective.
defended. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that
if you're good at something, but you have a good perspective,
that
you can
depends
still
on that highly depends
get
on
into
the
it.
person.
Yeah. Fuck that, what you say. If you're good at killing something, become
think-
John Wick.
I think we're on
Baba
time
Yaga?
now. What time is it?
Yeah, it's time.
It's been
It's
an
time.
hour. And
Yeah.
we started from absurdity. I don't know how we ended up.
Yeah, John Wick.
Yeah.
But I think that's the fun of conversation.
Yes.
Until next time.
Until next time.